It's TEAtyauna, and I'm here with Max Julius Records to answer a couple questions about the album. So let's get into it. So I named the project Versatile because I was very intentional about how I wanted the album to sound. I wanted it to be a showcase of the different sounds that I feel like I can encompass. And I just wanted it to be a body of work that took you on a ride of different emotions, different feels, different vibes. And I think that's pretty cool how the whole album takes you on a ride, and it just takes you from place to place, and each place is different from the next, even if it's in a small way or a major way. The influence behind this project, I would really have to say, it ties back into the influence of why I wanted to name it Versatile. It's really to just embody that versatility. I think that right now in music, the sound is very repetitive. The style is repetitive. The image is repetitive, and it's a sticky place being able to embody so many different styles in a good way. So I wanted to challenge that ability, but also create some good bangers out of doing that. So yeah. So the creative process for making this album was definitely one that was non-traditional. When I say that, I mean, like, I did not plan this album ahead of time as far as how the creative process would work. So it was really no structure and like, oh, this is the album that I want to make, this is the sound that I want to make, this is what I'm doing in the studio. It was more so, it was a vibe, it was just having fun. Most of these songs I made separately on their own as singles, and just kind of sat down with them and looked at the catalog later on and kind of chose the vibe that I was getting from the songs that I had made. So the creative process was really just having fun. We were just in the studio vibing. It was just whatever you felt that day, especially for me, whatever I felt that day, whether it be rapping or singing, that's what I would do, and I would have fun with it. And it just turns out that all of the music that I was creating in those moments were just songs that I loved when I listened to them later on. And that's how I chose the intention, and then the album, and then everything after that. So like, really the songs led the way. Man, I would say the most challenging thing about creating this was just the time period in which I created most of these songs. I was like really struggling and really in a life was lifing at that time, but we were still in the studio, and we were still like, it was like the studio was that breath of fresh air. It was like that escape. And when we went to the studio, it wasn't no sad songs about what we were going through. It was like manifestation of what we wanted, you know, what we aspire for in our life. And that's what a lot of my music is. It's a lot of inspiration, motivation, talking to myself in the moments when I, you know, really didn't feel like I could keep going. So yeah. My favorite part would just have to be how free the creative process was. Like I said, it was like, it wasn't no structure. It wasn't, you know, the team and I sat down and planned what we wanted the album to sound, and the songs came later. It was really like, the songs were all individual singles that I went in the studio and was just vibing to whatever I felt that day. And I think that was very freeing just for the creativity of it all. You get what I'm saying? That helped with it eventually being able to be called Versatile, because each song gives a different vibe, like I said, and that's fun. That's fun to be able to go here and go there, to have range in a drastic way. To me, is a really fun way to play around with the craft. So that was definitely the most fun part. Top three, just off the dome, it's definitely hard to choose, but I would say my top three would definitely be Switch Lanes, um, Grown, and then for that number three, it's a tie. It's a tie. It's a thick tie between Underwater and Back to the Start. Yeah, I think those are that would be it. One of my favorite songs on the album is Cocky. Cocky is that thing for me. Like, Cocky just turns me up whenever I see it. The breakdown for Cocky was really just a motivational piece, you know. Like, for me, Cocky just it's standing for standing in your truth, whatever that may be. Like, you don't have to be like everybody else to be considered cool. Like, you can like what you like and have your own swag about it, and you still whoever you want to be. You get what I'm saying? You still that girl, you still that guy. So that's what Cocky is for me. And that's what I wanted it to exude. I wanted it to just exude that energy of, like, I'm me, regardless of what that is. Wherever it looks like to you is what it looks like to you. But, like, I'm going to stand in it, and I'm going to be proud of it. And I think that's something that we all can use, because, you know, it's a lot of pressure to fall in line and be like everything else that you see. But, you know, when you could just own your own quirks about yourself and just rock that shit, like, everybody ain't got no choice but to just follow suit. So yeah, Cocky is that for me. So yeah, that was dope to me. Man, the goals for this project is just more growth, more eyes, more of a platform to just spread my message, spread the brand. Just more opportunities. That's all. That's all I want. You know, is just to open more doors, more experiences, more rooms to be in, more things to learn. I feel like when I dropped my last album, it was such a pinnacle for me. Just in my story, just coming from, like, being so filled with, like, I know I'm supposed to be an entertainer, but being shy, and so shy to the point where it made me think, okay, maybe I can't do it, to then turn around and try to do it, and to really just be, you know, making my own strides in my own way. I think I look at every small win as, like, something big, something monumental, because it is. It's those small steps that really matter when you climbing upstairs. So, like, I'm appreciative of that, and that's what I want.